I've not used this before, so I'm just trying it out.
Yo, Joe, full force, Cobra, and we'll do our best Miss Piggies, hey, yeah, because we're talking Ninja today. We're talking Ninja with my mate, Nate, a.k.a. TheRetroTinker. How you going, buddy?
I'm excellent. How are you, mate?
I couldn't possibly be any better. Now, I'm gonna tell you straight off the bat, I know we've been hunting for a Aussie G.I. Joe. Spoiler alert, we ain't hitting that today.
I figured.
Yeah. I'm going to do the clubhouse roll call real quick, and then we'll get into the show. So we've got Wilhelm, Toy and Hobby, Casey Wheeler, Handsome Man, Ratface 44 Reviews, David, Samuel Blaine. Hey, look, it's my mate Nate, the Retro Tinker. Cindy K, I swear you're getting one of these hats. Talk to Space Commander, he's on it, I swear. Sonny's Sundries, Jonathan Sorensen, Happy Accident, Joshua Allen, our buddy Adam, a.k.a. Go Figure. We have Scuba Pete keeping us safe in the oceans below. Our pal Phil from Treasures of a Trigger. Hans Chow kicking that door in. Hey, yeah! Ken Poe, Brendan Haley, Jason Clark, Grindhead Jim, Justin Bryant, and our buddy Space Commander keeping us safe in the space. Space is the place, you know. We also have our channel members, which are Cindy K, Gaz, brilliant guy, we're going live tomorrow, Beta Ray Bob, Spacey, Jason Stillwell, Ryan Sweeney, Keep on Collecting, and Crash. Crash has been working very hard lately, but we're trying to get him together for another Crash and Burn episode. Now, if you want to be part of the roll call, you just have to be a channel member or a Patreon supporter. It's that easy. That's it. And I'll read your name out. As easy as that. Nate.
Yeah.
Are you a fan of ninjas?
Yes.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Because
we're
talking about my favorite ninja today. My favorite ninja, which I suppose, being a G.I. Joe fan, that, up and coming G.I. Joe fan, you're learning a little bit more. We're up to what, episode 8 now?
Something like that.
Something like that. I feel like they're starting to ring a bell. Now, we're going to say hi to the chat, and then what do we do after that?
We do the theme.
We do the theme, but we'll say hi very quickly to Kenny. How are you, buddy? They're at work, but they're going to catch up with it later. If you do want us to call up and call in sick for you, that is a service that we do provide. Johnny Sorensen is here. He's at home. He'll make stupid comments. That's all right. We like the stupid ones. G-Force Racing, working from home, but will also make some stupid comments. Perfect. Zombie Hunter 115. That's how many zombies this person has taken out already in a short amount of time. Now, we're not even aware of this pandemic of zombies that's happening right now, but he's already on it and is up to 115 so far confirmed. So thank you for keeping us safe. Phil wants to come over. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. We'll have to do one of these episodes with Phil one day if he'll have us. The Lilith is here. Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening to you. I think, Zimbo. Here they are. And there she is. Thank you for joining us. Hurry up and get that channel going so we can tune into you also. I think we're just about caught up. Thank you to everyone that's showing up to watch the show with us. We're in a different time zone to most of the world. So, it's usually very early morning on the other side of the world. So if you're waking up for breakfast, thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Now,
thanks.
on to the best thing that's ever happened to this particular show. It is
It's time for everyone's favorite educational program. Oh, ring a bell.
Yay! Here they are. And here's Michael. Michael's in the house. How are you, Michael? Michael's saying, good morning from the US East Coast. First show of yours of Ever Caught Live. Well, thanks for joining in. Hopefully work allows me to stick around. We do appreciate it. If you do want us to call in sick for you, again, that is a service that we provide. Absolutely free. Happy to do that for you. We haven't been able to do it yet. No one's taken us up on that offer yet, but we're happy to do it. So can you recall, Nate, how many characters by name that we've talked about so far?
We started with Recondo, Sarge,
Perfect. Yep.
Big Boa,
Correct.
Road Pig.
Road Pigs. Yep. Yes.
Oh,
I'll give you the hint on the last one. It was, now think Australia. What have you got in there?
Outback. Last episode was Outback.
That's right.
No, I'm missing one. No, it's gone.
You know what? I thought you covered them all off. Let me just check. You know what? We'll check in a moment. It doesn't matter. Now, the reason why I wanted to know if you knew them by name is because I'm going to try and get you to pronounce the name of this character, my favorite ninja. I want you to try and decipher what the name is. All right, and I'll tell you how I said it, and then I'll tell you how the commercial said it. All right, are we ready to look at my favorite ninja?
Absolutely.
It's just loading. There we are. Can you see the name there?
Yep. Sounds like a Ricky Martin song. Shebang.
Ooh, baby, when she moves. So yeah, I would call this guy. This is my favorite ninja as a kid too. Like I picked this guy up, and I had a choice between a lot of other Ninja Force characters. I was like, no, this guy's the guy. And I'll get into that a bit later. But I just called it TJ Bang. Right? I didn't get too crazy with it. I was like, this is TJ or Tej, and we have a friend named Tej now. It reminds me of this guy every time we say it. So we call it. I called it TJ Bang. I later found out in the commercial that it was pronounced either shebang or chabang, depending on how your ears are bringing that into your brain.
I think TJ Bang would be an excellent name for a spicy content creator.
I agree. Yeah. Speaking of spicy, that high kick is next level. Yeah, it really is. Yeah, he must be Aussie. He's wearing canary yellow. Got to be an Aussie. So
Yeah.
We're looking at Ninja Force. Have you got any Ninja Force in your collection?
I don't believe I do. I've got a Leonard ninja guy. But not
That guy's cool though. I like that guy. So the Ninja Force characters, from memory, all of them had different gimmicks, right? So this one has the silent backslash, which is basically the equivalent of G.I. Joe scaled down He-Man action, where you would twist the waist and it would snap back into position and give you the whole whack bang. Oh, maybe it's much called shebang because he does the silent backslash. And it's like, shebang, like a silent bang. Ooh, again, spicy. Now, he's a ninja swordsman, part of Ninja Force. Now, Ninja Force was actually a name given to both the G.I. Joe and the Cobra figures. So they were all a larger part of Ninja Force. They could just be either G.I. Joe or Cobra. So Let's say you were walking down the pegs, and I ask you this question just about every time. As a young Nate, you're walking down the pegs and you're going, I might get a G.I. Joe today. And this guy is on the peg amongst a plethora of others, and I'll show you the other characters in a moment. Do you think that you would have picked this character up?
My adult brain says hell yeah, like that pink card with the bright yellow and blue, like that looks awesome. I'm not sure like when I was a young kid, there was like anything pink was very uncool.
It was the 90s, there was a lot of hypercolor happening, a lot of pink out there.
Yeah, like, but I suppose I probably still would have got it because like the toy isn't pink. If the toy was pink, I probably would have been like, no, that's a girl's toy. I would have been like 5 when this thing came out.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I saw it and I loved it, and I think the reason why I loved it is we'd already got a splattering of Snake Eyes figures. Storm Shadow had been around for a little bit. This guy jumped out because of the bright colors, right? You don't think Ninja bright colors, but this guy,
Yeah.
I loved it. Also, what I loved about it was that he looked a bit like a wrestling character too.
Yeah, he does. Looks like a luchador.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So I used him in the Slaughterhouse Wrestling Championship as a homage to the Blue Blazer.
Now that you say it, I recognize him from that.
Yeah, I used him as the Blue Blazer. I'll show you a clip if you'll indulge me. Adam from Go Figure did the voice, and here it is, a little clip of the Blue Blazer in the Slaughterhouse Wrestling Championship.
Who the heck is that? Cookie Monster?
I am the Blue Blazer. I put my fear behind me and my skill before me. Thus I am unassailable.
Adam knocked it out of the park. Now that quote's going to come back a bit later. Wonder what that quote's from. We're going to find out. TJC, the other Tej, the other TJ that we're aware of that is part of our. Oh, look, and Phil's touching on something here. He likes the touch of the cloth of these ninjas. There was another thing. Now, some, not all of them. Some of them had cloth strings and whatever. Others had rooted hair, and I mean like rooted in, not like just terrible hair. So they either had hair or some sort of cloth material. And in this case, hockey pads. What makes you different from us? I'm not wearing hockey pads. Yeah, this guy. He does have a fabulous wardrobe. Now, straight off the bat, I will say that the articulation is slightly hindered by his action move. His legs and arms will move like a regular G.I. Joe, but if you try to turn him at the waist and position him in a different way, he's only going to snap back into that regular standing position. But for me, that wasn't an issue. I didn't mind it. He does have a little bit of a weird sort of skin tone to him, but who am I to judge? It works for him, and I quite liked the actual design of it overall. But that is a high kick. If I did that, I would hurt myself.
I would hurt myself with a quarter of that kick.
I hurt myself even looking at that kick.
Did you happen to see that Tej has joined the chat?
I did. I said he was our other TJ, our other Tej.
Oh,
TJC. Cool. Good morning to you.
Well,
good morning,
everybody.
TJC. I was saying earlier in the show that this guy, because I used to call him TJ and used to also call him Tej, that because we call you Tej, that you always remind me of my favorite ninja. Yeah, if they were jeans, they would. They do look a bit like jeans, though. I will say they do look a bit like jeans. If they were, no, you're out of here.
Hey, if it's good enough,
out of here. Yeah, pink in the 90s wasn't such a big deal. But a lot of things were hypercolor back then. So you had lots of bright colors, including pink. Let's have a look at the back of the card so you can see what other figures were available at the time. Oh, man, I wish I had to clip this so I can see it a bit more. Dang it. Anyway, Ninja Force, a swift and silent commando. So they're swift and silent commandos, and they are the true elite forces for both G.I. Joe and Cobra. Each ninja warrior is fully capable of neutralizing an adversary in milliseconds. So the fight's already over before we've even blinked. With spring action, martial arts moves, and lethal weapons, we're going to have a bit of a look in a moment at the file card, a bit closer than this, so don't strain your eyes. But you can see they've got a dedicated area at the top of the card. There were 6 figures to choose from, number 4 being our buddy Tej. We also had Storm Shadow, who returns, not as a Cobra, which he originated as, but as a part of G.I. Joe. We've got Dojo, we've got Nunchuck, because he probably uses nunchucks, Slice, and Dice. Now, we have had, believe it or not, we have had a look at Dice. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I do. I think that's where we got on to talking about the Ninja Force.
Right. It was actually the body mold was used for Kano.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I hear you, TJ. I'm with you on that one. Chuck Norris endorsed a special type of gene that allowed for the stretchy crotch for high kicks. And then just to really emphasize crotch, he's only gone and put it there again. With different spelling. All right, let's have a look at the file card. And as always, I'm going to ask you, if you don't mind, to read it. Take it from the top.
File name, Sam LeQuail. Primary military specialty, martial arts swordsman. Secondary specialty, infantry. Birthplace, East Greenwich, Rhode Island, where the world's best ninjas come from.
That's what I thought.
I put my fear behind me and my skill before me. Thus, I am unassailable. How's my Adam impersonation?
I thought he was in the room with you.
A former disciple of the master swordsman of Storm Shadow's ninja clan, Chabang forged and honed his own personal sword, precisely balanced for his ultra-secret technique known only as the silent backslash. Chabang developed this ominous form by swiping at flying bats in the deep caverns in a remote mountain range. Some dude hanging out in the dark.
Oh, man.
No one who's ever seen him using it has ever lived to tell about it.
You know why? Because it's so embarrassing. He can't let anyone. It's only for bats. Bats only.
As far as anyone knows, he's never actually killed anyone.
Right.
He just goes off on the mission and says, "Yeah, trust me, it's done."
Yeah, trust me. It's like, show us your moves. I can't. If you see it, you will never live to tell the tale.
No one, so Chabang has a sworn oath of silence for reasons known only to his second cousin Storm Shadow. When he's not engaged in deep meditation, Chabang charges into combat while flying the G.I. Joe battle copters.
Right, so they
Ninjas
would often in the...
choppers needs to be more of a thing.
I agree. I 100% agree. In the file cards, they used to just give people random vehicle of choice so that you'd go out there and buy a vehicle because they didn't come with pilots or anything.
Smart.
So like, here, grab one of those. All right, let's list off they're very, very kindly numbered and listed those numbers in the comment section here. So we're going to find out some of what's happening here, as well as figure out what some of these weapons are called. Go ahead.
Curved style, double-edged battle axe. That's an axe.
Yeah, that's a hardcore metal band.
Ancient ninjutsu warrior sword. Multi-fragment concussion grenades. Stealthy.
Yep.
Shin secured throwing stars. Forearm armor plating. Lower leg battle armor. An ammo battle belt.
Phil, look at Phil's comment to that. Is I had to zoom in to see what number 7 was leading to.
Bulletproof and puncture-proof chest protector. That's my parents had that exact quilt on their bed when I was a kid.
Yeah, I know the ones. So I think interestingly here, he's got his ninja stars on his shin pads, which explains why he's going to kick that knee so high, that leg's up so high so they can get to those ninja stars. Good evening to you, Coupon Collecting. Thanks for joining us, one of the cock boys. Love it when you show up, buddy. What random vehicle would you choose for yourself if you're in Ninja Force? Well, if you're as bright as Shabang here, you may as well just jump on one of those, other than the Ninja Cycle, which we also had a look at last time. Just go ahead and throw him in the Warthog because he doesn't mind being seen. Never heard of this guy? Well, that's what this show's for. By the end of this, hopefully, buddy, we're going to, it'll start to ring a bell. Oh, and a little side note, TJ Bang was, see, I still call him TJ Bang. I just can't call him Shebang. Tej here was one of the first reviews I ever did on YouTube there on my buddy Tom's channel years ago now, probably over a decade now. And we looked at this guy. So if you want to check that out, I don't recommend it because it's that's not my favorite thing that I ever did. But it's there if you want to check it out. Also, in the description, before I go to...
For a vehicle.
What's that? The unicycle?
The right idea for a vehicle.
Yeah, I agree. Nate's details are also in the description. If you haven't already subscribed to Nate, please do. It's a great channel. Do it now. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. In fact, I would go as far as to say, oh, where is it? I would go as far as to say, what am I going to say?
Check it out one time, won't you?
There it is. Check it out one time, won't you? And I guarantee if you do check it out once, you'll check it out twice. Yeah, so let's have a look at some of his... I'll take it back to the card art. Actually, you know what? I'll take it to the figure. Here's a little bit of a look at the figure. We're going to have a look at 3D Joe's. 3D Joe's best source of anything G.I. Joe right now. We're going to go over to that channel in a second and have a bit of a look. But he's fighting in the caves against bats, similar to, I guess, Batman. Do you think the what I would say would be more likely tiger stripes, but do you think maybe they're in fact bat wings?
I think they're anything like you want them to be. They're kind of a bit like a Rorschach.
Right? Exactly. Ninjas need to be silent. Yeah, now I'll say this. He does, in the file card, it does say that he has a vow of silence, quite like Snake Eyes had a vow of silence, and then later, I don't know, couldn't talk because of his injuries. But in the cartoon, in the Deke series, they did away with all that, and they gave him speaking lines. So there you go.
With the parrot content.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Let him talk.
Yeah.
And the reasons are known only to him why he has a vow of silence. So, I mean, if you have a vow of silence, you're not very easily able to explain it.
Maybe
the only person knows is
maybe he just has a really embarrassing voice.
Maybe that's what it is.
Like, hi guys.
Hi, it's me, TJ Bang. If anyone here actually does sound like that, we apologize immensely and did not mean anything by it. All right, let's jump over to 3D Joe's, the best source of anything to do with G.I. Joe. Now, they don't have a lot of scanned images of our buddy Tej, but we can do a 360 with him, which is always fun.
Mm.
So I'm just going to pause him here for a second. Those are the grenades on the side there. Let me just go down a little bit. So it's got those grenades on the side there. 4 grenades, concussion grenades, I think they said. If you didn't already notice, the pads are just like the blanket that you said. A bit hard to tell here, but on the side there, his gauntlets actually have a little bit of a, like what looks like to be a screen and some buttons on it.
Ooh, fancy.
He has a black armband, which I thought was pretty cool. There's ninja stars on his shins, which look just like decoration, really. But here's the interesting part. He's got the what would you call soft goods tails? Now, I have been guilty of calling them ribbons in the past, and I still stand by that. They do, in fact, look like ribbons. But he also does not have a hole in the back in order to unscrew the torso. It's all sealed in there, so you can't take them apart. Yep. Yeah. How cool are these swords, though? So it's got the regular sword and those double swords. If you've got a double sword, you wouldn't bother with a single sword, would you?
Except those ones aren't very good for stabbing.
They'd be pretty good for catching bats, though.
You kind of hook around someone, just like hold still.
I wonder if this is the silent backslash. No, the silent backslash was the swinging move, right? I'm not sure. I'm not sure why they've gone ahead and given him this kicking action. He doesn't actually do a kick, but I guess it's pretty cool that he can bounce. This is him dancing to Ricky Martin.
Yep. She bang, she bang.
Ooh, baby, when you ninja move. So we can get a better look at those tiger stripes and or bat wings. God, I just love it so much. It's so good.
Yeah, it's a pretty awesome figure.
Hey, Geek Strong's here. I'm well known to be Geek Weak, so when Geek Strong shows up, it makes me feel a little bit safer around these parts. Oh, he's driving to work. Now, we do offer this service, like I said at the beginning of the show. If you want us to call in sick for you, we're happy to do that for you, so you can go home and listen in. Was there any other versions of this? There were modern era versions, but nothing else. I guess it would be easy to maybe make him all black and say full-on ninja version. I love the yellow. And Rob Vegas is here. How are you, matey? Good to see you. Rob Vegas loves a good flesh hand, doesn't he? Never understood hook swords. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, obviously the hook swords are a thing, but I don't know what their implications. Am I using that word right? I don't know. Like, what point of it? I guess you could disarm people with it. It'd be very easy to disarm people with a hook sword. Trip them up.
Like sneak up behind people and just yoink them.
You could yoink them, yeah, like off stage, exit stage right. Yeah. Michael says, seems like the reasons for a vow of silence is something that an elite military special ops unit would want explained before they let you join. True. True, but if they let Storm Shadow join after all of his shenanigans, then I guess anyone's in. He could be an Olympic fencer. Maybe his vow of silence is because he does have a weird voice. You never know.
Maybe he got in just for the impressiveness of his high kick. They're like, you know what?
That's all I would need. Oh, here we go. It's defensive to capture things. Like what thing? Tell me one thing that you could capture. He might be related to Banana Man. Yeah, true. Now I do like him as a ninja. He is my favorite ninja, but I love him even more as a potential wrestler. And that's where he really shined in my collection. It was less of the, I'll put it onto this one. It was less of the ninja element for me, and just that I liked the uniqueness of it. I'd never seen anything quite like this before, and I have yet to see anything quite. I mean, maybe Iron Fist from Marvel. It's got a very Iron Fist look to him.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So I guess Iron Fist, but yeah, he's just so perfect.
Also,
he's just so perfect. I love him so much.
It's a confidence move too, to be a ninja, like going in high vis. Like everyone else, I'd be terrified of a ninja coming at me in high vis. Everyone else is like hiding in the dark. There's one just like standing there, glinting in the moonlight.
It'd be even funnier if he was trying to hide with everyone else and like, get away from me, get out of here, get out of here. They can see you. Yeah, so his movie is the Silent Backside. No one's ever seen it, which is why, because I have this guy in my collection. I was going to bring him out and I was going to show you the move, but I care about you too much to do it. So I've elected not to.
We'll just assume that it's silent and deadly.
Yeah, and like when anyway, yeah, luchador. That's what I thought. Yeah, like a luchador. A lot of masked wrestlers were flamboyant. Whether they were luchadors or otherwise, and it just, I don't know, it just works. I just love it. I love it. I can't explain it. And he's usually on the bottom of most people's G.I. Joe list of ninjas, particularly when we look at, I wish I had the foresight to actually make these pictures closer. But so Storm Shadow was in black and white. Nunchuck, and I do apologize that this is not, you know what, maybe I'll just get the picture and then I can show you with my phone, Gaz style. Would you like that? Sure. Would you like me to do that? I'm going to do it. I'm not even scared. So I'm going to grab the picture.
One thing
so Nunchuck
is that he doesn't have the fuzzy coat that yours does in your wrestling.
So the funny story about that is my wife made that for Shebang, and I actually got a lot of material, and I ended up sending the rest of that material to Adam. So he had whatever was left over. All right, so doing it Gaz style, we've got Storm Shadow in the black and the white. Dojo with an even higher kick. It's not a competition, mate. But Dojo, sorry, my hands are shaky. Dojo's got blue, yellow, and white, which I would say arguably is even more ridiculous in my opinion. He was bald at the top, but he had a ponytail. So I guess rock what you've got, right? Not everyone can have perfect hair like you, Nate. All right, leave him alone.
Blessing.
Now you got Nunchuck, who was probably the only one dressed for G.I. Joe action because he had camo. My boy Tej, Slice and Dice, who I guess if you're a Cobra ninja, you don't really have to be stealthy because you're just there to cause trouble. But out of all of the ninjas, only one of them was really properly dressed. I mean, I guess maybe Storm Shadow, but still.
Yeah.
True, Kimbo.
Yeah,
True.
absolutely. They're the best.
They're the best around. Dojo is gonna split something. I agree. Nunchuck and Slice are my faves. Shebang, probably a credible 3 for me. Now, Phil, was it a credible 3 then or just now? Because there's a lot of people that are just like, nah. Zeza, you're just showing wave 1 in your pictures. Yeah, we'll get to wave 2 eventually. We've got a lot of G.I. Joes to get through.
Yeah, we'll be here for years.
Exactly. G-Force Racing saying, don't think I would have thought his shins had throwing stars as much as star designed painted on his guards. And I reckon that's probably all they were. They were probably, because they don't even look like stars for a start.
Yeah.
Like you can't even see them on here. I'll just get rid of that real quick. You can't even see anything on the card art there. So they probably were just designs. They're like, oh, they should be like throwing stars. But
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying.
Make the parents think that they're getting more for their money.
Right. Look how many weapons he theoretically has.
Yeah.
We've sold him. We've bumped Tej up to number 3. Awesome. Yeah, they're all great. I agree. There's not a bad one in the bunch. But they are a weird bunch. We will get through all of them. We're going to have Phil on when we talk about Nunchuck. Nunchuck and Slicer as faves. But we'll do when we do Nunchuck, we'll bring him on there. I reckon that'll be fun.
Yeah.
If Phil would like to indulge us in a little bit of company sometime in the future.
Hey.
And I made this. How are you, my man? Dudes. Good to see you, buddy. Definitely check out that channel too. There's a lot of great content creators hanging out in our chat today, Nate, and it makes me feel very special to have such great, wonderful people hanging out watching our little G.I. Joe show.
100%.
So we will have more ninjas to look at, but he's number 4 on the technical list of ninjas. He's number 1 in my heart. Number 3 is bumped way up there for Phil. Yeah, that classic ninja move, the backslash. It's silent, though. It's silent, and no one's ever seen it. Nunchuck was one of my favorite figures growing up. Yeah, a lot of people. So that's what I was trying to say before, right? So a lot of people will say Nunchuck's great because he's in camo. Makes sense, right? And I don't disagree. Does make sense. But a lot of people put, well, I mean, at least back in the days of when I was on his tank quite a bit, they would rank Tej way down on the low, saying, you know, he's ridiculous colors for a ninja. It didn't bother me. I think it's great. And he would. There's a comment up here about Tiger Force from the Lilith. If Tiger Force needed to replace Jinx, well, he's got his own uniform and color scheme. Yeah, he works for Tiger Force too. You don't even have to get rid of Jinx. Have them both. There's room for both. Who's Jinx? We haven't got there yet.
Yeah.
It doesn't ring a bell for you, Nate.
Oh yeah.
Should Storm Shadow be in Ninja Force? I feel like he has his own thing. Well, the same argument goes for Snake Eyes. I prefer Snake Eyes as a commando. What about you, Nate? How do you prefer your Snake Eyes on Storm Shadow?
I have no opinion, really.
We have to do,
I think it's cool for all the ninjas to get together from time to time, hang out, compare notes on their ninjaing.
the ninjaing. That sounds like a horror movie. So with Ninja Force, though, because both the Cobra and the G.I. Joe are Ninja Force, I wonder if they're not technically like a force necessarily. Like they're not known in G.I. Joe as Ninja Force. Maybe they're just we collectively call them Ninja Force. In actual fact, they're just Ninja versus Ninja. I mean, if any, they'd probably just call themselves a clan, perhaps.
Possibly. Or both sides think that like they have the sole contract with Ninja Force.
Maybe it's a union thing.
Yeah.
They're all part of the Ninja Force union. So his last name, I pronounce it now. First of all, I'm not saying I pronounce it correctly or that you pronounce it incorrectly, because I've been calling this guy TJ Bang for decades. But I was pronouncing his last name Laquale.
Okay. Well, that would be a great,
I don't know if that's
name for a luchador.
Exactly. A luchador, Sam Laquale. A flock of ninjas, so stylish. Slice and Dice do get the top shelf. And I know that we've had a look at one of those duos already. So maybe next time when we're doing Dice, we'll do Slice and Dice together, even though we've had a look at Slice already with Kano. But we'll do those two as a duo because they're always together. Slice and Dice, how can you not?
Shake and bake, baby.
Shake and bake. Thank you, baby Jesus. All right, buddy. Have a good day at work. Thanks for tuning in.
Mate.
Most of the Ninja Force, well, I won't say most of them, a select few. I've gone from saying most of them to a select few. Came back again as color change. So they had a color change gimmick. I think they were called Shadow Force then. Unfortunately, TJ here did not get a Shadow. Was it Shadow Ninjas or Shadow Warriors, whatever they were called? He did not get the color changing gimmick. That was mostly given to people like Snake Eyes and whoever else was on that list who escapes me right now. Have you got any of those glow in the dark? Not glow in the dark, but the color change ones? Are they color change ones?
Give me a sec.
Yeah, go get it. Go get it. Oh, he's still there because he was working from home. I get it. All right, hang on a sec. Let me solo you. And hang on a sec. I get it. What a genius. Yeah.
And
God, who was that again? Was that Bushido?
Bushido, yeah. That's the name.
Bushido.
And like I think it was supposed to be blue and then would go clear. But now it works in the opposite.
Right.
I can throw him in the freezer and he'll turn a bit blue again.
Yeah.
Because like it would make sense that he was blue to start with because all his rivets have been painted blue. So I think he kind of works in reverse now.
I would have loved if they did a version of Tej with that gimmick, but the skin portion is still just skin, and so you just got like a clear torso and clear legs.
Yeah,
Bullet Man's cousin, exactly. And G-Force Racing is working from home, so of course he's just had to turn the work laptop around or turn them on. Michael says, I just use them as a specialized infiltration commando squad for the Joes. Ninja Force is a nickname due to them all being trained and led by Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. Yeah, I agree. And I guess if Storm Shadow started in Cobra, that would also lend to why they probably use the same thing, because he was probably the same thing for them over there. So now I like Ninja Force. And I love TJ Bang. I refuse to call him Shebang. I just refuse. It's TJ Bang. The only negative I'll say about Ninja Force, because everything was going ninja, right? Everything was going ninja. Ninja Turtles blew it out of the water, and they're like, all right, let's lean heavily into ninja now. The only thing that they did wrong, and that's it, one thing that they did wrong, was they did not put Sarge in on Ninja Force. That was the only thing. And did you know Road Pig, our boy Road Pig was supposed to come out as a ninja, but they cancelled it. I'm gonna look up that photo.
Picture like 7 foot tall Sarge sneaking through the bushes. Be quiet, maggots.
Well, the first episode that I ever saw Sergeant Slaughter in was an episode called Ninja Holiday.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, this was the cancelled. This is a custom. Hang on, where's the original one? Here we are. The cancelled. Oh, I'll take this off. Hang on. Whoop. The cancelled Road Pig Ninja. Skunk stripe head.
Pretty cool, like cool looking figure. I
Right.
don't think it makes much sense for his backstory to end up a ninja. Like
No.
slobbering people with a cinder block on a stick.
No, we'll sing this in a Sarge voice. We're all going on a ninja holiday. You do it.
We're all going on a ninja holiday.
Perfect. Dance, monkey, dance. Oh, I appreciate it. Now what's the? Someone in the chat help me out here. What's the new toy line that's coming out that's O-ring style that does an homage to this figure and the rest of the cancelled waves? Because I know you can get them on what's it called? Big Bad Toy Store. I'm showing them off. I'm gonna do a Gaz and look up Big Bad Toy Store. Hidden Kingdom. Hidden Kingdom, thank you. Big Bad Toy Store. Hidden Kingdom. I'm going to show you. They are so good. Hidden Kingdom. All right, I'll show you it. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. Now, I was a big Turtle fan, so I loved it when they had more ninja show up in anything. And I know it sort of got like, it got incredibly ninja heavy in the end, I suppose. But
it's been a good portion of my childhood pretending to be a ninja. We actually had bamboo growing at Mum and Dad's house.
That's
so
cool.
we'd cut it down into swords and things and just clobber each other. It was good fun.
K-Dog Broadcasting here. Holy F, you are on early. Well, for Oregon. Yeah, we're on late for Australia. But thanks for tuning in, buddy. So you can get this guy currently hidden. Oh, that's what happens when you do a Gaz. Hidden Force. They're doing an homage to that Road Pig Ninja that they cancelled. This guy is part of the Kudan Enforcer clan. I reckon I'll get this figure and add him to the slaughterhouse. And his name is, if you want the character name, is it Kudan? Is it Kudan Enforcer? What's his name? Give me his name. Yeah, his name is Kudan. What does Kudan mean? Someone let me know. If it means Road Pig, that'd be cool. O-ring a bell crossover with the mutagents. Let's do it. Let's do it. We'll talk ninjas and mutants. Yeah. So, in conclusion, where are we sitting with TJ Bang or Shebang as
Shebang? I'm
Shebang.
a big fan of Shebang. I'd pick this up in a heartbeat.
It's just so good. I just love it. I love it so much. You can see why, as a wrestling fan, I would want this character.
Yeah.
Whew. But now you know a little bit more about ninjas and Ninja Force.
Yeah. Now we know.
Because knowing is half the battle.
Space Commando.
Yeah, he is definitely. Knowing is half the battle. Half the battle is also staying hidden while wearing bright yellow and blue jeans. I wish I'd come up with a song about Ninja wearing bright blue, yellow, and tight jeans.
Yeah,
it sounds like a song.
Just a modified working class man.
Right, working class ninja.
Yeah.
Rob Vegas had a paper out.
Works in the steel mill by day and just
Right.
goes out just killing folks at night.
Training in bat caves at night. He saved. Rob Vegas saved up his pocket money doing paper rounds, and bought all of the 92 Ninja Force figures in one hit. That is so cool. And he's not mute. He's not mute, but he does have a vow of silence, so he can talk. He just chooses not to. So these were actually about maybe 10 years ago. You could pick all of these guys up on card for like stupid money, like a mint on card Ninja Force figure. I think I got a bunch of them for like $5 a pop from China or somewhere, right? Yeah. And they were on foreign cards though, and they were called I can't remember. What were they called? They weren't Ninja Force, but Shebang or TJ Bang's name on that was Bang Joe. Oh, look that up. G.I. Joe Bang Joe. Let's see if I can find that. G.I. Joe Bang.
Just
Joe.
don't click it if it's a video link, mate.
Yeah. 1992 was Shebang. It's looking up G.I. Joe Banjo for me. Oh, here we are. Equipo Ninja, they were called. So they were called Equipo Ninja, which, again, sounds pretty cool. Like, we are Equipo Ninja. And as you can see, you could get these for, like, so cheap. I don't know why. There he is, Bang Joe.
Cool.
And he is... You know what it says? It says on there... Oh, it's so blurry, but it says Luchador Ninja.
Yeah, right.
So there you go. I'm vindicated, baby. I'm back. So there you go. The Luchador Ninja Bang Joe, a.k.a. Shebang. Hey, you want to see another clip of Adam doing the blue blazer?
Only hell yeah.
All right, check this out.
Monologuing.
Cut off partway through his monologue.
Also, kind of want another character also called the Blue Blazer that just like wears a sports coat.
You're right, just one blue blazer. Hey, here we go. You've got a doppelganger. Going to throw out an obscure sports reference. Nate's looks like former Red Sox All-Star Johnny Damon. You know what I'm doing right now, don't you? Googling All-Star.
Just Google
Johnny.
Nate's father.
Johnny Damon. Images. Let's check them out. I see it. It's him. It's the guy. It's you.
It's the guy.
It's the guy.
Father?
It's you. It's him.
Papa? No relation. I have no sporting skill.
I don't know about that. You're definitely part of a cool news group. Adam did crush that voice. That's part of the Slaughterhouse Wrestling Championship, and every so often I like to plug it. So the link to that is also in the description. If you haven't checked out the Slaughterhouse Wrestling Championship, do me a favor. And what am I going to say?
How dare you plug your own channel on your channel?
It is a bit weird doing that, isn't it? It's pretty weird doing that. But if you haven't already seen the Slaughterhouse Wrestling Championship,
check it out one time, won't you?
I'm pushing it pretty hard on social media right now, only because I'm working pretty hard on the next episode, which is the boxing one, which has taken over a year to make. Nate Damon. Uh-oh. Make sure it's Red Sox. If he has on a Yankees uniform, he's clean shaven. Gotcha. All right. I think I got the right one anyway. The crossover before crossovers. So I think before we call it, final thoughts on TJ Bang. He's got a Batman kind of element to him because he's in the Bat caves training and owning his skills.
Yeah.
He's got bright yellow, but he's wearing pads. So even if you do see him, they're probably going to aim for the pads anyway. Maybe the only thing missing is a big bat symbol on his chest. He does have double.
I reckon they nailed this figure. I reckon this is a 10 out of 10 figure. I reckon.
Oh yeah, it's 10 out of 10 for me too. How are you? Usual Mike Television, the best television show on YouTube. Check it out. Did Sarge ever box? No, but I did get to help him unbox and rebox a lot of his collection when I was at his house. That was pretty cool. That was, in fact, very cool. The bright yellow doesn't bother me. The black armbands are cool because it helps to break up what would ordinarily be just plain muscle-bound arms. He does have the double gauntlets, which I guess if you're blocking swords as well is pretty cool. But they do have the little screens. It looks like a computer console on each of them. So they've got that. Grenades and ninja stars are a little bit extra, even though you can't really use them. I think that adds to it. And to have the yellow ribbon flowing out just also adds extra bits of play element to it. It makes it feel a little bit more special.
Yeah.
He does match a bit of a big pineapple.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, just need to customize one with a little green tuft just at the top of his head.
Oh man! So we're gonna where are we headed next on our way through GI Joe? We've looked at some Joes, we've looked at some Cobras, we've looked at some Street Fighter, we've looked at some Mortal Kombat. Where do we go next? Do we see if Phil's free and maybe do double up on the ninjas and do some more ninja?
Yeah.
Phil, 5 pineapples out of 5 for TJ. I agree. Phil, if you're free next week, do you want to come on and talk about some more ninja action with your favorite ninja, which, if I recall correctly, was Nunchuck? Nunchuck was in there, right? Yeah, Nunchuck. Let us know. If you guys enjoy the show, who did I miss? Well, we only talk about one G.I. Joe show. Today was Shebang, TJ Bang, or Shebang, depending on how you want to say it. I say TJ Bang. That was at the top of the show. We did mention, but he definitely is not, unfortunately. But we will get there. If you know what, Nate, I have strung you along for so long. If Phil's not available next week, which I hope he is, he's going to check with a little general. Right? Fair enough. If Phil's not available next week I'm going to stop dicking you around and I'm going to finally get to an Aussie Joe. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Or will I? But yeah, we've gone through a few G.I. Joes. We've gone through a few Cobras, a few off-brand stuff like Street Fighter 2 and Mortal Kombat. Each time, it's always a little bit of fun for me, and I hope a little bit of fun for you, Nate.
It's absolutely fun. But I do think that, like, when we do actually get to an actual Aussie G.I. Joe, like, all the obvious names will have been gone, so his name will be like Mexico Bill.
Yeah. Where do you think Mexico Bill's from? I don't know, Mexico. No, he's from Australia. Actually, I don't even think Buzzer is from Australia. I think Buzzer was English. I think he was British. Like, not a lot, if any, of the Dreadnoks were actually Australian. They were just part of an Aussie biker gang. Maybe 1 or 2 were legitimate Australians.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will have a look at one, I swear. Or will we? I don't know. Like, I feel like a dick because I keep pulling you through this going, is he Australian? And it never is. And even like Recondo you would think Recondo was going to be obviously Australian. And with a guy like Outback.
Yeah.
Right, how was that?
Like I said last time, I'm pretty sure a lot of them were supposed to be Australian, And then they're like, no, it's a real American hero.
Right. Yeah. I feel you, buddy. I feel you. Some Dreadnoks. Maybe Torch. Buzzer was Australian. All right, there we go. Modern file cards. Boo. Yeah, we're going to try and find... I like some of the modern stuff too, though, don't get me wrong. I was very big on the modern stuff. Yeah, Nate. I have a feeling Nate doesn't mind. He loves just hanging out.
That's what it's all about.
Is there Mexican food in Australia? Oh, yeah. Yes, there is. What's the best Mexican place you've been to?
Nowhere fancy. Probably just Guzman y Gomez.
Yeah, there was a place that I used to go to that was more of a bar. Like you'd get messed up, but they also had Mexican food.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it though. But it was you just went there for the drinks.
Out in the country out here, it's not particularly diverse.
I'm not booing modern. I love the modern action figures, Lilith. I mean, retroactively making someone something unfortunately doesn't work for this show. I do. One of my favorite modern G.I. Joes, believe it or not, is the Sergeant Slaughter ones that they brought out. Very rare, very hard to get. But I was super big on the 25th anniversary stuff when that came out, as well as the 30th and the Collectors Club stuff. So I love it. I'm just saying, in the context of this show, modern changing it doesn't make it so. Yeah, it would be. Is there any around your parts, Phil? Are there any Mexican food places near where you are in Japan? That would be interesting to know. Like, who runs a Mexican restaurant in Japan? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. Until I was an adult, the closest thing I'd come to Mexican food was like old El Paso white people taco.
Hey, I still love that. Okay,
they're the best. It's absolutely
so good.
But it's not really Mexican food, is it?
It's not the same. But I had tacos for dinner. Perfect. I have always said that if I'm ever on death row, that tacos would be my final meal. Tacos. I love them so much. I love tacos. Yeah. Love it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's hard to disagree with that. Very hard to. Taco Tuesday is a thing, and nachos with taco mince, also very good.
Yeah.
Now we're going to be on the hunt for a Mexican G.I. Joe character, so we can switch it up. Go to Mexico. Big Boa ran a Japanese sushi bar in Scotland. Well, there you go. Fair enough. Was that the modern day Big Boa? Yeah, authentic Mexican food. Tex-Mex is possible though. So that's a Texas Mexican, right? What would be considered Tex-Mex?
I don't know. I've never. Oh, both my brothers are chefs, and I'm pretty sure one of them made us like Tex-Mex food once, and it's like barbecue and Mexican stuff all thrown in together. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's delicious.
I'm not sure either. We learn things in this show, and we also just have no idea about a lot of things. A U.S. hybrid, yeah, but what is considered the Mex part of the Tex? No, not the Mex part. What's the Tex part of the Mex hybrid? Right, because I've heard Tex-Mex before. I think I've had like Tex-Mex flavored Doritos, right? But what's the Texas part of it? Just like, I don't know. It does ring a bell. It rings a bell. Thank you. It rings a bell. But what is it? You know what? I've got a phone. Let's have a look. All right, we're doing it Gaz style. Tex-Mex. What is it? Tex-Mex cuisine is a regional American cuisine that originates from the culinary creations of the I'm going to say this wrong, Tejano people. And if I continue, so the Tejano, or because it looks like Tejano, so I'm presuming it's Tejano, Texans of Mexican heritage and the white settlers who came to inhabit the Mexican state of Texas. It has spread from border states such as Texas and others in the southwestern United States to the rest of the country. It is a subtype of southwestern cuisine found in the American Southwest. Common dishes include, if you'll give me one moment, nachos. Okay. Tex-Mex cuisine is characterized by its heavy use of shredded cheese, beans, meat, chili peppers, and spices, in addition to flour tortillas. And that is just the quick...
So Tex-Mex is basically white people taco night.
There we are. It's pronounced Tejano. Thank you very much. I'm going to look into some more as far as Judge. What's this one? There are figures from, was that Carcass, Predacon, and What's His Face released exclusively in Mexico. So Carcass, Predacon, and there was one that was released exclusively in Mexico. You know when we're talking about Big Boa and I told you that they came up with a character for, I think it was Brazil, and they came up with a character called Kangor, and they still didn't say that he was from Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've gone off track. We're now a food show. We started off talking about luchador G.I. Joes, and now we're talking about Tex-Mex, and now I'm hungry too. What'd you have for dinner tonight, Nate?
I had genuine Italian spaghetti from a bottle. Sauce.
I had crumb steak. So neither of us had anything that was Mexican. Lucky Phil was on it. Phil and Matt both giving us the nachos and the tacos. So hopefully next week, if we're coming back, if we get past, maybe we'll come back as a food show next week. We don't know. But if we come back as a G.I. Joe show,
ring the dinner bell.
Oh, ring a dinner bell. Oh, man. You are funny. See, I told you were funny. Next week, history of food. I didn't get to this weight not eating. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Anyway. With that, we hope to see you next week. We'll hit the outro now. Thanks to everyone that did watch the show. Please do hit that like button. That helps a lot. Do check out Nate's channel. Nate, have you got anything coming up soon that we should be keeping our eye out for?
I literally just started working on my new video today, so it won't be anywhere near stuff. There'll be. I've got a Mo Tuesday news segment in the can, ready to go for whenever the next Mo Tuesday is. Actually on my channel tomorrow night, we might do one of the the re-release, one of the older ones.
Sloppy Joes, I get it. Where do we stand on gravy and chips? I'm more of a chips and gravy guy.
It's a breakfast of champions.
It really is. If you got a good gravy, the gravy makes the chips. You got to have a good gravy. That's where the saying "good gravy" comes from.
Yep.
Right back at you. We will be back next time. Same bat channel, same bat time. Thank you for hanging out with us, talking TJ Bang Nate. I love you, buddy.
Love you too, bud.
You left me hanging for too long. I don't know. I don't believe it. All right. And with that, yo, Joe.
Yo, Joe.
Because knowing is half the battle.
Space Commando.